welcome to the new year. I know it's been a while. Hope you've settled in a little and actually taken the time to do that, because honestly, a lot of people jump straight into this new year, new me zone, and I used to do that too. But over the time, I've changed, and I think now I use this time to slow down, reflect, and think about what I really want from this life. And that reminds me, I always want new gear. Jokes apart, this video is all about gear from the last year, gear I've used on commercial projects, personal work, and travel. I'll be talking about gear that earned its place, gear that surprised me, and the gear I use less now, and some new gear I'm genuinely excited to use in 2026. There are 3 products in each category, so stay till the end. And there is a bonus product as well. I'm not covering big gear like cameras or lights in this one. Maybe that's for another video. This one is more about the accessories and the smaller tools that kind of actually help bring an entire shoot, production, or a travel setup together. Hello, I'm Vibhor Yadav. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm a photographer and filmmaker based in India. I work on global campaigns and advertising projects. I also run a production house. This channel is where I share that whole journey of being a creative and give back in the best way possible. Before I begin, I just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I honestly can't believe it. When I started, I didn't really have a goal. I just wanted to post at least 1 video a month and get that creative flow going. And I did that, and I failed at that too. In fact, this video as well, I was supposed to record it last month, but I genuinely just could not. I was really busy with some projects and I was kind of burnt out in some way. But I'm back here now. I've genuinely enjoyed this YouTube journey, and thank you for being a part of it. I want to take YouTube a little more seriously this year, because I genuinely like making these videos. I genuinely enjoy and I take a lot of pride in making them. So if you like content around photography, filmmaking, travel, and gear, do consider subscribing. I want to start with the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. I've owned GoPros in the past, and honestly I didn't use them much. Even when I did, the footage just sat on hard disk for years. This camera is a little different. I actually use it, and the footage is really solid. The biggest thing for me is that it shoots 10-bit, which makes it really easy to grade and match with footage from bigger cameras on commercial projects. I've used this on multiple projects this year and last year, including an Everest shoot via Tibet and Nepal for Royal Enfield. I rigged it for in-between shots, POVs, and moments that really helped bring the entire film together. I also used it for another Royal Enfield Himalayan campaign, shooting in rainy, extreme conditions and getting some really interesting mounted shots. This way I didn't have to think about water getting into the camera, and I could just use this camera anywhere. I also got some more rigged shots for a property shoot in Corbett, mainly for the safari through the forest. And these are probably my favorite shots from that shoot. Apart from commercial work, I've used it a lot for personal projects, personal travel, time lapses in Scotland, POV style for street photography videos, and overall BTS to capture myself and then the process through shoots. I use it with a Tilta cage for protection and rigging, DJI's magnetic mounts which are incredibly convenient, and the DJI mic too whenever needed. This camera is really banged up, clearly used, and still works perfectly, which really says a lot. It's easily one of my favorite pieces of gear that always stays in my kit wherever I'm going. Next up is the Polo Pro Helix Polarizer. I use polarizers religiously, especially for photography. They're a crucial part of my workflow. Better highlights, richer colors, and proper control over reflections. This is especially important for automotive, interiors, and lifestyle work that I do a lot of. I don't like compromising on filter quality, and Polo Pro has consistently delivered for me. What I love about the Helix system is how quickly I can swap polarizers between lenses. The quality is top-notch, the system is practical, and it's always in my kit, especially for photography campaigns. This one has definitely earned its place since last year, and I might just upgrade to the variable ND's version as well to have everything magnetic and switchable for both photo and video. So yeah, top product from Polo Pro. I got the Canon RF 24-105 f2.8 last year before my Everest project, and I fell in love with it immediately. Constant f2.8 across 24 to 105 is honestly wild, For documentary and run and gun scenarios, and even for automotive and sports, this lens is a dream. It was basically glued to my Canon C70 for that particular project. The image stabilization is fantastic and I got some really solid footage with it. Since then, I've used it on multiple other projects, including covering the DP World Golf event in Delhi, where it worked beautifully for photos as well. I've also used it for some other campaigns where I didn't have the time or the bandwidth to keep changing lenses. This is where that lens shines. The lens goes with me on almost every big shoot now. It's a very important part of the kit, and talking about the size and weight, it's honestly not much for me for what it offers. A solid lens overall for multiple scenarios. Now moving on to the section of gear that surprised me, starting with the PG Vitek roller camera bag. This is the 30-liter roller backpack by PG Vitek. I got this last year to travel and shoot more comfortably without breaking my back. My work varies a lot: studio shoots, hotels, and extremely remote locations with heavy travel involved. So I wanted something in between where I could just dump a lot of gear without destroying my back, as I said. And when I say a lot of gear, I mean that. And this bag can literally pack a punch. This bag doesn't work for every scenario, but it's kind of perfect for studio shoots, hotel projects, or situations where I'm shooting in one location for the whole day. It genuinely surprised me with how useful it turned out to be, and I especially like it for traveling through domestic flights, for shoots, or when I'm traveling for shoots through the car. This way I can actually carry more gear and not think a lot about that extra piece of gear that I might or might not need. The rollers on this bag are really damn smooth and it just glides through even after packing it fully. And by fully, I mean 18 kgs of gear inside. I can also carry my MacBook and iPad inside and some extra stuff that fits in with these extra zipper pockets that really expand. The only downside I feel is that the rollers are too smooth and don't have a lock. So if you are on a slope, just be a little extra careful and don't leave the bag alone. That's a point to note for sure. But yeah, this is not a detailed review. Let me know if you would like to see one. I've used this bag enough now to make a detailed review that I'll actually enjoy really making, or any other product from the video today. Next up is the Canon Selfie 1500 printer. And I absolutely love this thing because I've always loved prints and I wanted a printer for a long time, but I didn't want to complicate my life further with paper types, ink cartridges, and maintenance that is involved with printers. That's when I came across the Canon Selfie printer. This one prints postcard-sized photos and the cartridge includes both paper and the ink, so nothing really dries up. The first print I made instantly sold me, and I've been printing photos for myself, pinning them up, and most importantly, giving them to people I love. The joy of giving someone a physical print is honestly unmatched, and if you're a photographer, just print your work. It's one of the best feelings in the world. Next is the Tilta Hydra Alien Mini, which is a really innovative piece of gear. It's an electronic suction mount that you can pair with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 or even the action cameras with the right attachment. I mainly got this for my automotive work, and a lot of times you don't have the permission to open the boot or rig bigger setups. This way the electronic suction keeps resuctioning itself, which adds a lot of added extra security. And I tested it on the highway at around 140 km/h and the footage was stable, the mount stayed locked in. And apart from that, I've used it in Tibet where we weren't allowed to shoot from inside the vehicle, so I mounted it externally and controlled everything via the DJI Mimo app, which is really convenient. With subject tracking and now additional vibration dampeners and bike mounts, this has become a really solid social first production tool. For the price and usability, it's excellent, especially because you get 10-bit log again through the DJI Pocket 3. That really grades well with the overall footage. Moving on to the next segment of this video, covering gear that I genuinely use less now. I bought the DJI SDR transmission combo thinking I would use it for all the shoots and all the things, but honestly I don't. It works perfectly and the product itself is solid, and I mainly use it for framing talking heads or when I need to see the frame while directing. And I think it will work best for a dedicated director's monitor setup in the future that I really want to build for myself. Until then, it's something I use less, which is why it's in this category. Next up, the DJI RS4 Pro gimbal definitely comes in clutch for bigger productions, automotive work, interiors, and lifestyle projects. But stylistically, I've been leaning more towards handheld and tripod-based filmmaking as I grow and refine my style as a filmmaker. This doesn't mean the product or the gimbal isn't good. It absolutely is one of the best in the market, and it will always be part of my production kit because, especially when working with larger teams that I curate for bigger productions, I just find myself reaching for it less often now, and again, that's why it's on this list. And lastly, the Fujifilm XF f2 lens. I don't pick this often as compared to my Sigma 1850 f2.8, which is always glued to my X-T5. That said, I do want to challenge myself this year to shoot more with a fixed focal length, especially for street and travel photography. Sometimes limitation is exactly what pushes creativity, but till then, yeah, this lens will be on this list for me. Moving on to the last segment of this video, and my favorite one, gear that I'm excited to use in 2026 and that I've already been using in 2026 for shoots. Starting with the Godox IT30 Pro flash for my Fujifilm cameras. I wanted a small everyday flash for my X-T5, and I picked this up in December 2025, and since then I've already used it at home with my wife and friends during a barbecue and multiple other scenarios. And this is where it really shines. I love the quality of light and the film-like vibe it creates, especially when you edit them like that. And these photos pair beautifully with printed output, especially using the Canon printer that I mentioned earlier. My friends and family really enjoy getting those prints, and I want to do a lot of this in 2026, basically gift happiness and love through prints. I love the IT30 so much that I had to get the IT32 for my Canon camera that I can use for my professional shoots. What I love about this flash is that it has this trigger that you can attach magnetically for direct flash, or just remove it and place it somewhere else, or give it to your assistant for more dynamic lighting. The light quality is really top-notch, and it's really one of my favorite tools right now that I love experimenting with in my kit. Both of the flashes can be charged through Type-C, and I absolutely love them. Next is the DJI Osmo 360 camera. Since I want to take YouTube more seriously, this felt like a natural addition. I want to shoot more POV style content and capture BTS moments from bigger productions. And nothing here is sponsored, by the way. I wish it was, but I just genuinely like DJI's ecosystem. It shoots 10-bit log again, works seamlessly with the DJI Mic 2 whenever needed, and it's already been really fun to use. I want to experiment more with this, especially with the way I edit things with the 360 footage, and I hope I do that this year. Lastly, the Lexa Professional Go 1TB SSD for iPhone. This is my first iPhone ever, and I've been using it a lot for video, especially with the Moment lenses. I've made a bunch of reviews around the Moment products, and I really enjoy using them, and I will link one of those videos here somewhere. But yeah, coming back to the product, I wanted a clean external recording solution, and this lets me record ProRes directly to the SSD without filling up iCloud. It's future-proof, workflow-friendly, and perfect for situations where I can't take bigger cameras. And if you think about where we're heading, I think there might be situations where we have to shoot more run and gun with really minimal crew and gear, which I honestly enjoy doing as well. I recently shot with a model friend of mine, Neeraj, where we ended up at a place where cameras were not allowed, and I shot with just my iPhone and the Moment tele-wide lens for that. And this tiny kit is definitely staying with me, and I'm damn sure it will pay off soon through a shoot soon. As promised, the bonus product here is the small rig 4838 LPE6 NH 4-channel camera battery charger. This thing is already my favorite tiny tool that is an essential part of the kit, because this lets you charge 4 batteries, and this way after a long day of shoot you don't have to carry multiple chargers or keep changing batteries through the night. And I know this might sound like a small change, but it really changed my workflow as a professional. I generally carry 6 batteries for a shoot, and this way I really don't have to worry about charging batteries mid-shoots or worrying about charging them later. and this thing charges the batteries at actual 100%, which not a lot of third-party chargers do. So just make sure you have a 100-watt charging brick and you're sorted. Another solid product by Small Rig, really impressive. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to share in this video. I hope you picked up something useful or at least felt inspired in some way. People often say care doesn't matter, and while creativity and talent matter more, care does matter. It's the balance and how you use it that really counts. Keep creating, keep experimenting, and don't forget why you started. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you soon in the next one.